Yo, what is up, guys? So if you're anything like me, I'm sure you've noticed that, there's a lot of negative things going on right now. You could go on Facebook and watch a video of a dog, and people are going to be arguing about politics, religion, and anything in between in the comment section. It's absolutely absurd. And so what I wanted to do is I want to encourage people to, instead of spreading negative things or just sitting back and being a bystander, I want to start making positivity louder. And, how do we do that? Pretty much, if you follow me on Twitter or Snapchat or anywhere, you notice that, anything that I tweet or I post or I send out is a positive message, or it's at least a neutral message. It's never negative, because I don't think there's ever a positive ROI if I ever put out anything negative. I just don't think it adds any value. Even if I'm not having a good day, it's still not going to help me or anyone else if I put it out there that this is bad and this is bad and this is bad. And I'm not saying to suppress anything, but ultimately, whenever we focus on good things in our lives, no matter what's going on, it always has a positive return. It's never a negative thing to be positive or happy. It never hurts you. And it can only be a good thing, and it only leads to better opportunity. So, and I say that with extreme confidence, because unless you have a case in your life where being positive has hurt you, I just don't think there's ever a justifiable reason to be negative and put out negative things. So normally, when we look at the world, a lot of people think the world's going to hell and there's all kinds of issues. And you're right, there is. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of bad things happening. But we're not noticing all the good things too. Because realistically, when you look at the world, 99% of people are good people. Think about everyone you know. Right, there might be some flaws here and there, and they might not always be good. But for the most part, humanity is good. Okay, but there are that 1% that are just not good people. And, those 1% tend to be very, very loud. And so the other 99% tend to be quiet. Good people are normally quiet. That's just how it works. Think about it. A lady that goes to church, or a lady that, goes and works at the food bank and helps out, is normally not all over Twitter or shooting someone or creating, a huge thing to where they're going to be on the news. It's just not normally how things work. And human beings tend to like negativity. Our brains tend to follow that because, when you think about it, our brains are very, very old, okay? So they are, meant to protect us. They're meant to look at the negative things, because ultimately, if we're looking at what's negative around us, that's going to tell us, what can hurt us. So that's, when we look at it, that's what we tend to focus on automatically. So it has to be a decision. We have to actually, make that choice to put out positivity and not be a negative person. Twitter is full of negativity. Go post something positive. Put out your thoughts on what we can do to better this world. Or, sometimes I just send out, a couple of smiley faces, the sun, and a thumbs up, or something that, who knows if that's going to uplift someone. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I've never helped anyone, but maybe I have. And one is better than nothing. If I can help one person, and make their day a little bit better, I'm doing my job. But think about it. If you're only putting out negative things, you're not going to help anyone. You're guaranteed not to help them. But if you're putting out positivity, at least you have a chance. So I guess what I'm saying is get in the game and, get active with this. So if you're a positive person and you consider yourself someone who, wants to change the world, and you've probably been complaining about where the world's heading, then make a difference. Start doing something. Because a lot of us love to sit around and talk and complain, but we're actually not doing anything to make the difference. So, you might not be able to change the world, but you could be that raindrop, right? You can be just that one splash. And then when you have multiple splashes, and then thousands, and then millions of those, that's what creates the difference. And that's what ultimately leads to these movements and these things that push the world forward and get us going in a better direction. You see it all the time. These innovators are coming out with new ways of cleaning up the world and recycling and figuring out ways to get better water and cleaner water for people around the world. There's all kinds of good happening, and we're just not focused on the right things. So as soon as you change your mindset and your focus, you're going to be able to better help this world. So I need you to do that. The world needs you to do that. We all have to work together on this. Not one person is going to be able to make the difference. So if there's one thing you take away from this video, just go do something positive today. Whether it's opening up a door for someone, or just saying hello and, ask them how their day was, and just engage, get in a conversation with someone. You never know what that might lead to, and that you might change that person's entire day or entire week, or maybe they were having such a bad day that they were thinking about doing something horrible. And maybe just that conversation might change that. And I could be wrong. That might not be the case. But what if it is? And you have to start asking yourself, how can you help people? So this will ultimately change the world if we can all group together and do this. Thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe if you like this type of content, and go do something positive. Post something on Twitter. Post something on Snapchat. Just do something. Take care, guys.